Hi, thanks for joining me for another video. So again, we're going to carry on our pasta line and we're going to make lasagna. So I've got some lasagne here that we're going to use. So it's slightly higher fibre, which is brilliant because none of us eat enough fibre. So the more fibre we can have in the diet, the better. So to make life easy for us, I've actually popped to the supermarket today and I looked at their frozen aisle. And I just thought what vegetables were around that would make everyone's life so much easier. And there's a huge variety actually. So I found some ready cut up red onion. So that's great. Just makes your life a lot bit easier than chopping and having your eyes streaming when the onion gets to you. So that should be great. I've also found some ready chopped up peppers. Aren't they beautiful colours, aren't they? So that's great as well, saves all that chopping and having to mix all the seeds. Then on this plate I've got some cauliflower and I've got some Savoy cabbage. And this is just, I'm not going to use this today, but just show you this is sweet potato, which I'll actually make that another day. But it's amazing what you can buy in the aisle to make your life so much easier. So today, veggie lasagna. So we're also going to use some lentils. So these are some red lentils I've got. Remember to wash them, okay? You need to wash them really well. Okay, so what we're just going to do today, we're just going to fry up our onions, add our peppers, and literally let that simmer for a little bit. Add the rest of the vegetables, add the lentils, and let it all mash down, okay? So let's give that a go. So I'm using rapeseed oil, and we're just going to add a little bit to our pan. Not too much, remember. It's about a tablespoon, okay? Just turn that on. Okay. So the great thing with frozen veggies is that you can just get them out the freezer. They're really, they last forever. You can just use as little or as much as you need. I've probably got more onion here than I think I probably need actually. I think whole onion might be slightly less, but hey ho, let's give it a go. I'm going to put that in the pan. And don't feel there's anything ever wrong with buying frozen vegetables. It's absolutely fine. They're just as good as fresh, you know. It's and for someone who's maybe not very keen on cooking or is a bit underconfident or doesn't know much about cooking, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for actually having the freezer and just using. Okay, so the onions are now starting to sizzle. We'll show you that they're just starting to go. So from that, we're going to add our peppers. It's really colourful already, look. Okay. So don't worry about refreezing this. If you feel that you've made too much and you think, oh, but I've cooked with frozen vegetables, that's absolutely fine. Because you're cooking it, you can save whatever extra you've got if need be and freeze it. It's absolutely fine as a sauce. Or even it will keep in the fridge for a few days. Or if you've actually made the sauce and you think, actually, I've got too much here for the lasagna, or I'd just rather make a small lasagna and have everything on the side, that's absolutely fine too. I'm giving that a big stir. Right, well that goes, we're going to add our cauliflower, okay? So cauliflower is one of those vegetables that maybe people just put in a pan and just cook until it's really not very nice. So, but cauliflower is great, you can use it in so many different ways. I often roast mine, which makes it taste really yummy. Or in this one, where it's going to be mashed, I think that'll be another really good way to use it. And then Savoy cabbage, again, I suppose many people use that. You probably think about that as bobble and squeak. But again, it's a brilliant vegetable that can use, adapts to anything, adds again a different variety of vitamins and minerals. So let's add that in too. And the great thing about using as many vegetables as you can is you're really getting your 5 a day, which is absolutely brilliant, and adding more flavour and more variety is all absolutely great. So If you don't want to be like me, if you don't want to add your cabbage or anything else like that, you just add what you've got in your freezer. That's absolutely fine. It's the great thing about cooking is you can be so adaptive, which is what's brilliant. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, and that's just going to all mash down. Right, as that's going, we're now going to add our lentils. And the great thing about lentils is they're really cheap. They last forever in the cupboard. They're really useful to add to everything. They're full of fibre, they're full of protein. So another really good adaptation. And you can have loads of different lentils. There are green lentils, there are black lentils. These are obviously red lentils. Some need soaking, a lot of them don't these days, but do check the packaging. Red ones don't, they just obviously need to be washed quite thoroughly. Okay, so we're just going to let this cook. See, that's going to go really yummy. Right, to that I think I am going to add a tin of tomatoes. So any tin of tomatoes that you have, preferably ones that are slightly the more expensive because they have a much thicker taste, but if you haven't got the money to buy those ones, that's absolutely fine. You could always add a little tomato puree to give that a little bit more base. I'm going to add my tomatoes. If you buy chopped ones rather than normal ones, again, much easier. That's much easier than chopping all those tomatoes and getting all the end bits in. Okay, so that's going to be simmering away here. I think that looks lovely. I think that looks really nice. It's got loads of colour. But we are going to add just a bit of our tomato puree, because I think tomato puree just gives it a little bit extra taste. A bit of that in. And if you've been watching some of my previous videos, then you know that how important seasoning is. So important to season. So this is the mixed herbs that I've got. So I'm going to add a big bunch of these. Makes it taste really yummy. And I'm also going to add some black pepper as well. And also some Swiss bouillon, okay, which is just like vegetarian stock cube. Just going to add some of that as well. And that will just give it a really nice taste. So I'm just going to stir that in at the moment. Okay, and I'm just going to leave that for the moment to simmer down a little bit, okay? Okay, so welcome back. So here is our mixture. I hope you can see that. So I think that's gone really yummy. It's gone really thick and it's gone really dense. This is going to be the basics of our lasagna. So now we're going to make a white sauce, which I know we'll go, oh my god, I need to buy a jar. No, really, white sauce is so dead easy. Okay, I do cheat, so sorry, but I'll just show you how and then you can cheat too. So you just need some butter. This is actually margarine. We're just going to put that in our pan. Okay. And then we're going to add some flour. About the same amount, a little bit flour to butter, kind of. A tiny bit more. Okay. And then we're going to add our milk. So here we're just going to go, and I might need a little bit more milk actually, or I could add a little bit of water. Spoon on my sauce. Always check your seasoning, okay, to see. Right, so this is starting to go, so we're just going to give it a whisk, okay, because it's a chef's treat, just to whisk it, because you really don't want any lumps, and it doesn't matter, does it? Some of the top chefs say you never use a whisk, but really it doesn't matter. And because we're dairy free, something that vegans use, which I think actually works really well, I was a bit sceptical, but it actually works really well, is called Engivita, and it's actually really good. It's like yeast flakes, but it does give a really nice flavour. So I'm going to add some of this as well to my sauce. Just check on that. Oh yes, it's thickening up nicely. There you go. We can see that. Just need to turn it down a bit, keep half an eye on it. So I'm going to add some of my seasoning to that. I'd add a little bit more. Okay, and then give that a big stir. So if you are vegan, then this would be a perfect meal for an absolute vegan. It's made with everything you can eat. Right, then I'm just going to put on my last of my lasagne sheets. Turn over and keep fingers crossed I've made enough. So off we go. Look, I think I might be okay actually. Look, this is our lasagna. So this is going to go in the oven, and I will show you a picture when it's all cooked. So I really hope that you go and have a chance to have a play around with different things. You don't have to use the vegetables I've done, but why, just try what you like and just try some. If you don't want to try cutting up some fresh vegetables, then do what I do, cheat and go and get some vegetables you can keep already cut up in the freezer. And then next time I'm going to use some of the other vegetables I've got, because I've got loads, and we'll cook something else yummy. Okay, do let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.